What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So the Isleweaver update just released like 5 minutes ago, and we are going to be covering the patch notes. We'll also have a meta guide on the 8 Claws event later tonight, probably, or like early tomorrow morning, and we cover the spider frame in depth. We got a ton of stuff to go over, so let's hop right in. But before we do, make sure you sub this channel. We have daily Warframe video uploads. We got a bunch of giveaways on the live stream tonight as well. If you're going to come on the live stream, we'll be covering all this new stuff and playing the new missions. First things first, though, there was a bunch of stuff changed with Junctions, so if you log in, you probably got a bunch of Junction rewards. You already beat on the Junction already. They improved a lot of the new player stuff. Additionally, they did nerf Slem attacks today, so I got a Forma from DE, basically saying, here you go. Another Forma will maybe fix it. So let's hop right into the patch notes, and also we got the spider frame and more. So starting things off with the new items in the market, we've got the Aroxia bundle for 885 platinum. It comes with all this stuff you see, a little scuttler that walks around your ship. You got the new frame that's 370 plat individually, her helmet, her special armor set, etc. Also an ephemera too. So yeah, it's like a variant of the spinning ephemera from a while ago. So you got Roxy 880 plat or 885 plat for that. For the Citrine bundle, 365 plat for this. Got an ephemera, a Signa, and some skin stuff too. So it looks pretty cool. Now as far as the rest of the stuff, you can buy individual scuttlers in the market. There's also this new button here. You got some Tenogen in here. You can individually buy the stuff you want to, like the armor set or whatever, but yeah, the bundle has quite a few things. It has these weapons in there too, these Spinnerex weapon. Each lash of Aroxia's whip inflicts toxin. Upon death, inflict enemies have a chance to burst, applying toxin to nearby enemies. That's pretty cool. And her throwing star weapon, the Scythe, can group enemies up. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we got in the patch notes. So yeah, guys, heads up to I would probably not recommend buying Aroxia. I mean, you totally can, of course, but if you're planning on grinding out this new event, you're gonna get a lot of Aroxia stuff over time. So maybe if you're even remotely patient, like even 1% patient, just don't buy the bundle, or maybe buy the cosmetics, but don't buy the actual frame in the bundle. So here are the patch notes for Isleweaver. And it's just launched. So we have a new node on Deviri. It's the Operation 8 Claws that will start in about 20 minutes from right now. So by the time this video is up, the 8 Claws event's probably already started, which would be just basically the place you're going to farm all these Pathos clamps. People were confused. There's actually infinite Pathos clamps available, not just 100 like some people were saying. So we're going to skip over a bunch of this stuff. I'm going to give you the new information though, but as far as the new stuff, new Deviri node Isleweaver. It's going to be fighting the Murmur on Deviri. It's going to be only Warframes, no operators or drifters allowed, okay? So once you're loaded into there, it's going to be just like doing a bounty. But the enemies will be the Murmur, and you're going to be required to fight the spider frame as a mini boss, and also the hollow or the fragmented one as the actual boss at the end. So give her some damage attenuation. There's your special little node right there. And as far as the Isleweaver node mission, buckle up because it might be a really big pain in the butt. So as far as the mission layout of these Isleweaver missions, here's how it goes. Deviri objective guaranteed. So like basically normal bounty objective. But after that, you have 3 layers, maybe even 4 if you're unlucky, of undercrofts. So Deviri objective or undercroft, Deviri objective or undercroft. So 3 Deviri objectives or undercroft in a row. And a reminder, the undercroft can take quite a while. So this could be a huge variance of how long these missions take. And after you beat Aroxia, like for the 5th bounty step, there's a chance of another undercroft. So if you were really unlucky, you could have 4 undercrofts in one 7-step bounty. So let's hope that doesn't happen, because that can just, imagine 4 survivals. That would just make it take so long. So these will drop 15 Pathos clamps on the steel, but they talk about this later, right here actually. So if you're doing this mission, what do you get? Scuttler's husks, which are used to obtain Aroxia's blueprints from the event vendor. You get 3 to 5 on normal path, 5 to 8 on steel path, and for Pathos clamps, 10 guaranteed on normal path, 15 on steel path. We'll see how long it takes for damage attenuation. You also get 5 guaranteed steel lessons on the steel path as well. So yeah, Scuttler's Husk. There's also a new resource as well. I think it's called the Arcane Dust to build the new stuff too. But yeah, the event vendors are going to get a bunch of this new stuff. Contain the threat. The rest of the Deviri is protected. Must be protected. The Tribe of Dust has been contained. The rest of the landscape players will be unable to journey to other parts of the Deviri while on the Isleweaver node. So it's literally a content island, dude. Additionally, new resources. Scuttler Husks, like I said, are used to build this new stuff and obtain these Captura scenes. That vendor will be available at 11:30. Temporal Dust is used to build this stuff too. There's also the new mini boss in Aroxia's Lairs, basically fight the spider frame as a boss fight. Got a new enemy here, the Unseeing Herald, which is he's just basically buff stuff at nearby, it seems like. Dominus Thrax is your 8 Claws vendor. So the event starts today, 11:30, and goes until July 16th, 11:30. So you got about like 3 weeks of this. Now, Energize will drop here. You can farm out Energize, 1 full set of it. Also, like I said earlier, it will be an infinite Pathos Plant grind. So if you want to get ribbons every week from the Dormozone vendor, go ahead and grind this out. Prerequisite to do this, though, is to be the Hex quest. So the highest level quest in the game. This is the next new node. Once you beat the Hex quest, the Isleweaver node will appear on navigation. And like we just said, there could be a lot of undercroft going on here, so be careful about that one. Community progress, you'll get this new evolving cosmetic over time as we grind the event. Now, as far as what you can get from this event, I'll show the vendor my event guide later, but basically, new Parazon skin, Sigil, cosmetics. There's a bunch of Arcanes, like I said, Arcane Energized is here, Arcane Avenger is here. The only Arcanes that aren't here from Eidolons are like the common tier Arcanes. And a reminder, you can only buy 1 set. You cannot buy 42 of these like before. Only 21 of them, so one R5 Aegis, 1 R5 Energized per player. So keep that in mind. Probably to make the prices not hilariously low. A reminder too, Dominus Thrax, the vendor will stay around until the 23rd of July. So basically the event ends on the 16th, and it goes to the 23rd with the vendor. So we'll talk about that before it goes away later. But as far as gold trophies for this clan event, if you're in a Moon clan, 103,800, which is going to be the Thrax little resource that drops at the end. I think it was like 18 of them per, so it's not going to be that bad. If you're running squads with your clan, it shouldn't be that bad to get this many of them. So for the max size clan, 103,000. For a mountain clan, which is my clan size, 31,140. We can knock that out in a couple weeks. We got Storm Clan 10,000, Shadow Clan 3,000, and Ghost Clan 1,000. So good luck getting those trophies. It really shouldn't be that bad. I mean, I don't know how active your Ghost Clan is, but yeah, if you're running squads with your clan members, it shouldn't take that long at all. Next, we got the Aroxia WARFRAME here. I did cover her a lot, and we're going to be going over her abilities tomorrow. But yes, I already found out Roar does not. You cannot subsume Roar onto her without taking off her ulti, which is not surprising, but a little bit unfortunate because her ulti is considered a damage buff. But yeah, so basically the way Spider Frame's going to work is you can wall latch where they go invisible, you can jump at enemies and like drain their health and get orbs out of them, you can throw a web bomb at enemies, you can also summon some little mini spiders, or you can turn to a spider yourself with toxin buffs on your guns, kind of like Saren. How to get her is you're going to get her from the Isleweaver drop. So basically play the event and you will get her. That's what I'm saying. Maybe don't buy her because you're going to be getting her pretty easily. The Scuttler Husk also are used to for the main blueprints and components for Dominus Thrax, and you can also purchase on the in-game market if you want to. Aroxia's Prex card is out there somewhere. Good luck finding it. Maximum loadout slot increase. Cool. I actually was looking for one of those last night, so I will buy that. The Thallus new Incarnadon Scythe. This comes from the Isleweaver mission as well. So basically, don't buy. You can't even buy this. I was going to say don't buy this, but yeah, new Incarnadon Scythe. It's going to like put void shards in enemies and make them explode. So that sounds kind of cool. Reminder though, or not reminder. A node issue is that this actually does not work. Thallus's Evo 5 Incarnadon Challenge is not complete. So just keep that in mind. It does not actually work properly right now. But as far as what the perks do, Incarnadon perks for level 2, on weapon status effect increased range, stacks to 20 times, Whirling Fury increased attack speed, Raging Wrath increased attack speed while sliding, plus 20% slide. Sounds pretty goofy. Evolution 3 perks, Nimble Scythe. For each enemy hit by a slide attack, gain combo count. Slide attacks are really bad. Additional combo built in, or additional combo count on shard damage. And for the tier 4, you got Reach 3x combo to activate heavy attack for Incarnadon instead of 5x. Increased jump and double height. That's cool. Ground finishers knock down enemies in a 6 meter radius. That's kind of tame. And the last tier perks used to be the good ones here. Shards grow when a new shard is created up to 3 times. Fully grown shards erupt out of an embedded enemy, dealing double damage and impaling them on the spot. That sounds cool. Heavy attacks detonate shards. Shards caught within the blast radius will now detonate. Okay, these sound really cool. Too bad they don't actually work right now, according to DE's patch notes. And Void Splinter. Shard duration is increased to 30 seconds. Shards become weak spots. They have 100% crit chance when damaged. Shard damage is reduced by 50%. Okay, so yeah. Hopefully DE can fix this soon, because that sounds really fun. But yeah, it does not currently work, apparently, for tier 5 perks. Okay. New whip. The spinner, we went over that a little bit in the ship. There's some new 10 gen Octavia skin. Hildren skin. Operator, like, I guess I'd call those glasses. Arcaplasmor skin looks really cool. You got some Gojo glasses as well. Nice stuff. Citrine bundle, we already took a look at that. Looks pretty nice. New Citrine augments also out. We'll have a video on that soon as well. The Aroxia bundle, we already showed that too. So, also a bundle of some hairstyles. We've got a Valkyr rework alongside the Slam nerf too. We'll talk about that in the future. But basically, Valkyr no longer has her crazy invincibility from her 4, but she has a ton of other buffs that hopefully compensate for it, which we'll see about that. New Warframe augment mod. So the volatile recompense augment for Kalervo makes the daggers of Kalervo spin around Kalervo for 25 seconds, slashing nearby enemies and causing blast damage and sass actually for returning to him. So basically going to be like Kalervo Aqua Blades, but with blast damage. That's going to be a new Loka and Steel Meridian. We've got Prismatic Companion for Citrine. I made a video on this one already. Prismatic Gem can now be carried around by your doggo or your cat, and it gets increased Prismatic Gem duration in the Red Veil and Steel Meridian. Razor Mortar for Caliban. Now this one is pretty much the exact thing they showed on stream when they made this. Razor Jar, so the first ability of Caliban. Enemies hit by Razor Jar are grouped together. Ortholis summoned by the Lethal Progeny attack. Coordinated strikes at the enemy with electrical damage and fire rate for 6 seconds. So it's seeming pretty strong, but you have to use Caliban's first ability to get this. And Jade's Judgment for Jade. Light's Judgment augment. Enemies damaged by Jade's light will have a 5% chance to spawn a Jade Xmas light above them, damage for 3 seconds. So this one sounded kind of fun, but it might not be that good, so we'll have to see about that. Borrow loot boxes have arrived, and they'll be here on Friday. Also, Prime Smite Murmur will also be here on Friday. Spoiler alert on that one. So in these boxes, the Borrow will have every time. You can drop 50k credits to get one of these items. So you got 35k Kuva, an Orchid Catalyst Blueprint, 10 Aya, which is kind of nice. 24-hour booster, a ton of stuff in here. Mod boosters in here too, and even a special cosmetic to the Borrow Signa. So these will be here every visit. The Borrow's here. Unfortunately, Borrow's only here every other week. So yeah, good luck getting that one. Get that Signa. There's a new backpack they added. Now, if you bought the TennoCon Digital Pass last year to get the backpack from that year, you actually get this for free. But if you didn't, this is available for Regal Aya apparently. So go ahead and grab it if you want to. I think it's a worse version of the backpack from last year, personally. Okay, some general additions. We got a we got a temple poster. We got some glyphs added to the game. Now here's a big new player junction rework. So I'm not going to cover this extensively, but long story short, it's a lot easier for new players to understand what they're doing here. It's like, okay, do this and I'll get this. Like, they've added a bunch of rewards here. So that's why I got all the end of the beginning of the video. So good stuff for new players to actually understand what the heck's going on here, hopefully. Reminder too, Captain Vor has been reworked, so there's going to be, they showed what Arcane's Captain Vor will drop. So here's all like the junction tasks, like, kill one enemy while wall latching instead of doing whatever we were doing before. Helps you hopefully learn the game by the time you get through the game, so you're not LR5 asking what is a good build for the Torrid, which literally happens a lot. Okay, so other junction-related stuff, arbitration unlock changes. It's a lot easier to get arbitrations now, basically. Tax on cost changes. So basically it's making new player stuff easier. Speaking of making new player stuff easy, this might make new player stuff harder. We got Captain Vor's rework. So there's going to be a special Steel Path version that teleport around more. So we have electric grenades that are more effective. And also, on a Steel Path, he will drop these Arcanes. Arcane Battery, Arcane Power Ramp, Arcane Blessing, Arcane Steadfast, which is a good one. Primary Obstruct, Cascadia Flare, Secondary Surge, and Melee Vortex. So if you want to farm the Steel Path version of Captain Vor, a guaranteed arcane from this list is actually kind of decent. Additionally, if you want to do the special version of the Captain Vor fight, you've got these new glyphs for Korra, Hildren, Limbo, Citrine, Atlas, and Chroma. So that's pretty cool if you want to fight Captain Vor with a much more difficult angle to it. And they just made a bunch of the quests easier because people get confused. And got some other new player stuff. So we got the ability to pick up plants manually now in Mission, which is kind of fun. I'm not sure what Oxalis does now. Oxalis Botanist has been changed to automatically pick up plants within 15 minutes or 2 seconds. That's pretty cool. So Oxalis actually is better now. Wow, good. That was seriously needed. Too bad it has no combat applications. Okay, so remove the requirements to play Science Vigil, get the Moat Amp, blah, 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 blah. You can add NPCs to your dojo now if you want to do that for some reason. They said they're going to work on this. Eventually there'll be more NPCs, but for right now it's the only ones we got. So hopefully we get like Little Duck eventually or some other characters. There's some more dojo changes here. Some new Kim changes. There's some more Kim dialogue. And looks like Captura changes. Some more clarity on the whole helmet thing. Just making it a lot easier to understand. Incarnate adapters available in the Steel Path circuit rotation are available for Platinum in Cavalera shops. So you can buy the Torrid right now from Cavalera. So that's good. And then Limbo's banished to the invert hold thing. Who cares? Adversary weapons with Elemental Vice now have an Elemental Vice icon. That's good. And some changes to controller. So melee slam attack nerf right here. So fix how the Naira's mod set affect slam damage. The buff used to be incorrectly applying twice. So the Naira's mod set now only applies its bonus to melee slam attacks. And we have changed it to 150% bonus per mod. Up from 100% per mod, 300% mag. Also, the radius of slams now scales to how high the Warframe is before initiating the slam. So, excuse me, jump really high up, then slam, and it shouldn't be nerfed that much. General changes. So these are just be little generic or miscellaneous things right here for like waypoint icon for in-world arcane pickups. That's good for like Void Cascade. Where's the Ambassador buff I saw here earlier? They buffed the Stalker stats of the Jade Shadows quest, which doesn't seem that important. Oh, this one's a little bit unfortunate. Nyx's mind control could no longer be cast on mortal enemies, notably those affected by Garuda's Blood Altar. They're coming for Blood Altar, guys. They're coming for Blood Altar, so that's the first nerf. There'll probably be more in the future. But basically, you could get billions of increased percentage damage on mind control with this setup before. Chroma now reduced the damage his squad mates take with an affinity range by 75% with the Guardian Armor Augment. Previously, the negated damage was dealt to Chroma's health. We've removed the mechanic due to Vex Armor not functioning with weapon kills. We pivoted for the augment to become better usability with damage reduction application. So now, Chroma can give everybody in his squad 75% DR. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, honestly. So, let's see what else we got here. Misc from the previous post, Zealite Prelite will now properly redirect more popular weapon types and mechanics. Such a terrible boss fight, honestly. Made the following changes to the Ambassador. Increase the damage on the auto fire from 24 to 29, so decent buff there. Reduce the ammo consumption of the charge shot from 46 to 16, very good change there. Fixed every shot having basically double damage, so they buffed it and they nerfed it. So they changed it, they removed the fix, they removed the bug, but they also buffed it at base, so it's technically buffed, even if it does feel a little bit weaker in some ways. Okay, and that's going to be all the changes because of performance optimization stuff. So if you see anything in here, feel free to read through every little note. But yeah, a lot of the stuff is like, okay, well, make that thing not glitched out anymore. Make that thing not glitched out anymore. They did add screen shake back in if you have they added weapon recoil back in if you have screen shake turned on. So yeah, guys, that's going to be basically your Warframe I almost called it a hot fix, your Warframe big update. Now keep an eye out for big bugs that DE can fix over time. But yeah, guys, the big stuff here is to be that new Warframe, that new game mode. You can go farm out so many Pathos clamps, and I'll be doing that too. And yeah, ton of fun. So go out and farm out Aroxia. I would not recommend buying her unless you want the cosmetics. And then you'll maybe buy the Citrine skin for sure, though. So see you guys then. Aroxia's helmet is her web bomb. We talked about that, and I will have a build on Aroxia and a meta guide for the new clan event very soon. So see you guys then, and come on, stop the live stream. Peace, guys.